Hello everyone, Simon here. We're trying to figure out how to architect a prison. Let me click on some of these things. So we're done with this scenario, I think. We're gonna move on to the next map in the campaign, or like the next prison in the campaign. In between the videos, I've been trying to remember how to design prisons in the real world. Something about modularity. So I think ideally, what we want to do is it's like build the cells in like a triangle. In the real world a triangle, but in this game, because everything is square, then in a square. So like have cells around a central courtyard, and then the central courtyard will be like a yard. That's the outdoors. And then maybe at the corners you can have like the common rooms and showers and whatnot. And so the reason you do that is then like all the cells face inwards, and so the cells themselves form like a wall around the yard. So it's a cells on the outside. Everything's like contained, and then each square can be a module. You can have like modules of cells, and then maybe in between them you can have like the dining, like the laundry, and then any other services can be like in between the modules. So the idea is that you have like a square that contains everything, and the reason you want to do that, actually, I don't know if I'm explaining it very well, but one of the reasons you want to do that is that if you put one guard in the middle in the yard, just the one guard can see every single cell. Like if you imagine like it's a square. I mean, you have to imagine everything because I'm not really drawing anything. Planning. What's that sound? So let's go planning, right? So if I say, so let's say there's cells there and like cells there. Those are pretty bad cells. There's cells there and cells there, and then there's like a courtyard in the middle. If the guard is here, like they can see into all the cells, right? Like if all the cells are like that around the edge, that's not very good. Then the guard can see into all the cells and they can see the yard, and so like you minimize the number of guards you need to patrol this place, and all the cells kind of open inwards like that. And this is like the old panopticon, but it's a concept by what's his name? Damn, what's his name? Jean, a French guy. Oh crap, I forgot his name. The guy who wrote Discipline and Punish. And let me just Google this. I know I'm going on a big tangent here. Discipline and Punish. Foucault, Michel Foucault. Of course, it's Foucault. Okay, Michel Foucault is the guy who wrote Discipline and Punish, and this is like a kind of scientific, well, kind of like a rational analysis of the rising disciplines, things like he says like schools, hospitals, military barracks, and of course prisons, which is like how you control a large number of people. It's an exercise of power. It's basically an exercise of power. And so the panopticon, which is something he kind of thought up, is like a circular ring of cells with one guard in the middle, and a single guard in that arrangement can see into all the cells, and so one person can control a lot of people. So as an exercise of power, the idea is that the person who sees controls everything. And then because all the cells are seen by the central guard, one guard has control over all the prisoners. So it's what it's about, and it makes sense. And so if you contrast that idea with this, we have one long corridor, first of all, with a long corridor, which kind of sucks. So we put a guard here to open and close this door, put a guard here to open and close this door. Like a guard here can't really see into that cell because you can see the door, but you can't see into it. Like the line of vision does not allow you to see into that. So to kind of patrol all these cells, you have to walk along the whole corridor. And even then, it's only when you're here, for example, that you can see into the cell. Once you're here, you can no longer see into the cell. And so in this arrangement, the prisoners, most of the time, they can do their own thing and they're not seen by any of the guards. And so the guards have very little power over the prisoners because of this. And especially when it does this, like the guards have to keep walking around, and it's only when the guard is walking right here that they see the prisoners. And so this is a very poor way to exercise power over the prisoners. And it's especially disastrous for a high security block where you're supposed to try to control them. Like you can't see what's going on inside any of their cells. And yeah, an arrangement like this, that's just terrible. Like it's terrible in terms of the efficient application of power against the people inside the prison. And so this arrangement with the cells like that, and then the central yard, and then the prisoners technically never leave this place. They're always kind of inside this block. That is a far more efficient exercise of power. Is that what I? Okay, that's what I want to say. Let's move on. So a little lesson in the logistics of prisons and how power is exercised, and security. Like it's not just power, also security, because seeing things makes it secure. If that makes sense. What are these guys doing? Like if you can see something, then it's kind of secure because you know what's going on. If you can't see something, then it's not secure because you don't know what's going on. All right, next one. Conviction. How many scenarios? I think there's like 5. That's an interesting tattoo pattern. The lack of engagement at this facility is shocking. Men deprived of every shred of humanity. They're being shown scant compassion or respect. It's not what these men deserve. This guy's a moron. Who cares what they deserve? It's what we want them to become. Like, if you want to kill them, then kill them. If you don't want to kill them, then you need to fix them somehow, because otherwise they just keep being broken prisoners. Like, whether a person deserves something has no bearing on what you do to them. Or it shouldn't. Indeed, Captain, that is no way to treat a human being. They're deprived of every shred of humanity. Why should they abide by our rules? You can't expect them to respond in any way but with the utmost resentment. We need classrooms, drug rehabilitation programs, or workshops so they can start to take some pride in their skills. You misunderstand me, Doctor. These men aren't human. See for yourself. No, you're not human. You know where that leads? These men aren't human. You know where that leads? That leads to Nazis and Hitler. That's where it leads. On your feet, Morgan! Does he have feet? He might not actually have feet. You've got a visitor. Rehabilitation might as well teach monkeys to play the banjo. Wait. Has anyone tried to teach monkeys to play the banjo? I suspect you can actually teach monkeys to play the banjo. Has anyone tried? Let me just Google this. Monkeys playing banjo. There's monkeys playing banjos. The monkey played doing banjo. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's teach monkeys to play banjos. I like that idea. So if you think that you might as well, then that's correct. You're correct. We might as well rehabilitate these people and teach monkeys to play banjos, because there's a monkey playing a banjo. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Amazing. Hey dude, do you want a banjo? I'm the worst. What's your name, son? Man asked you a question. No, but we didn't give him a banjo, that's the problem. Henry, sir. That bruise on your face, who gave you that bruise? Here's your shirt, dude. Must be cold down there, Henry, put this on. Lies in the bed, sir, eating me alive. Shirt keeps out rats. Biggest ones I've ever seen. Oh, the shirt's blocking the rat holes, really? Oh, amazing, look at them. That's a massive rat. How are you sleeping? Well, I think we know how he's sleeping. Don't sleep, yeah, that's probably it. Only thing I do here is think, lots of time for thinking. What do you think about? Killing yourself? Dying, yeah, I thought so. Dying mostly, and my little girl. She'll need you to be strong, Henry. This will be hard for her too. But now you're gonna bring her into it, Dr. Walter Hertz. Been behind bars every day of her life she don't even know I exist. I'm sure she does. I mean, depends on how long you've been here, right? If you've been here for like, I don't know, 10 or 15 years, I think at some point your daughter understands that somebody fathered her, that she didn't appear out of thin air. So, like, at some kind of basic logic level, she understands that she has a father or had a father at some point in time. Because babies don't appear out of nowhere. It's never too late to change your life, Henry. I'd like to come and see you again if I may. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. No problem. Do you need a second shirt? Using one shirt to block the rats. Do you need like another shirt? Can we do something about those rats? This isn't the third world. I'll get some rat poison in there. I'm pretty sure that's not the only problem. Rat poison, it's a good start, I suppose. Hi, let me just pause this. Yes, doctor? Following the recent tragedy at El Químico State Prison, we are under immense political scrutiny. Until a permanent replacement is found for the CEO position, I'd like you to take the reins. As tragic as that is, I accept. Sure, I'll be your CEO. There have been a spate of suicides at this facility recently, and it's not hard to see why. We have a more immediate problem. The powers that be have decided to send us a huge batch of new inmates. The first will be arriving tomorrow, and we don't have any way to house them. Cool. We need you to build a brand new cell block with enough space to handle the new intake. Oh, damn. Oh, wait, they've already drawn it for you. I've laid out a potential design for a new cell block here. This should give us enough cells to handle the intake, and the design includes its own shower facility. But it's up to you if you choose to follow this design or do something totally different. I feel like it's a good chance for me to flex my prison design muscles. I don't know where my prison design muscles are. I think it's in my butt. But and actually draw a better one. Up to you whether to follow this design or do something totally different. My job is to prioritize the welfare of these men, get that new cell block built, and then we'll talk about how to achieve that. Now pause. Provide cells for 40 inmates, provide a shower facility, provide a yard, wait for the next intake to arrive. Provide cells for 40 inmates within this area. See, I don't... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, I see. Is that the shower? Is that meant to be the shower? Where's the yard? Where's the yard? Okay. So we're gonna do something different. We're gonna do something different. Let me see. How big are these cells? Tiny, tiny. What is my intake? Intake 30. Oh, you can do total prisoners. Oh, that's cool. Wait, I thought that was 40. Did I just wreck this? Ratio closed 29. Fill capacity fill to. Total prisoners 18. Did I just mess this up? I thought it's meant to be number per day. Wait, what was it before? Was it 40 before, or was this it? Or is that like a... Provide cells for 40 anyway. So what I'm gonna do is... plan something else. Can I remove this? Wait a minute. Didn't I just remove... Okay, remove those plans. Let me think about this. So let's say... In the corner... 6 by 6 is not much. How big should the corners be? Um. Hmm. Let's say. How big were the showers in the other one? It was like that much showers, wasn't there? Trying to decide what to do about this. 10 by 10. Let's say that. And then we go 4 by 4 for a cell. Is that too big for a cell? Seems rather large for a cell. 4 by 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oops. 8, 9, 10. That seems 3 by 4. Those are rather large cells. It's gonna end up being a really big block if I do that. These are like 2 by 3. I don't know how big I should make these. Maybe I should just keep it the way they were. So if I make it instead that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. What was this? 10 by 10. Hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be a big yard in the middle. I feel like the yard's gonna be too big if I do that. Hmm. What if we go... See, if that's 10 there. I'm trying to decide if this is a good idea or not. 10 by 10, 10 by 10. I don't know. 10 by 10 there. 10 by, oops, that's wrong. 10 by 10 there. Let's say if I do something along these lines. Oops. So then that gives us, 40 cells in here. Do that, and then like 2 yards in between. I mean, I feel like it's not that much better than what the computer was suggesting. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. So let's imagine that. And then we have like showers back here. Um. There's the front door. Pathways. Let's go pathway there. And we might as well go um, halfway there. Let's go objects. How do I define objects? Never mind.